So one of the things I loved about writing Practically Divine is that I got to write it in the midst of a pandemic. That sounds crazy, but all the travel stopped, everything in my schedule just slowed down, and so I got to really lavish in the writing and in the thinking and in the creating process. And that's one of the ways that I think all of us experience the Practically Divine, is in this creative work. And so I spent a whole chapter writing about creativity as a way of experiencing Practically Divine, specifically in kind of radical arts and crafts. Okay, so COVID, all of that's still going on, but you know, the world has opened back up in many ways. And I just got back from Botswana, where I got to meet a whole bunch of amazing women who are survivors and crafters and teachers. Pearl, who's directing the operation there, she and I got to ride out to see the Odie Weavers, a group of women who have been doing this since 1970. And just on the car ride, on the hours on the car, and then sharing stories and starting to get excited and have that freedom of creativity was amazing. And then we got there and we got to hear more and more stories. And it happens over and over again, that's part of the healing process of women coming together and in the midst of beading things or knitting or sharing, you know, a loom to weave on, they share stories and they start doing this healing work. And it's not like it's this high stress situation of come in, tell your story. It's like you don't even have to tell it in chronological order. You can just tell snippets of it. But over time, you make these bonds and there's healing. And not just for the women gathered, but for the whole community. I really think arts and crafts are a radical way to experience the Practically Divine. One of the things that's amazing about it to me is it reminds us that we're worthy, that we're beautiful. I mean, if we can create something that's beautiful, maybe we're beautiful. Maybe we have that in us and we have all we need to make this journey. And the other reason I love arts and crafts on this journey of justice that's practically divine, that's healing communities, is that you don't have to be this, you know, amazing artist that only a few people can achieve, you know, that kind of status in their whole life. It's not like that. It's practical. It's just doing the work. It's very simple. And it's, you know, for the common people like us that are practically divine. And we just come in and we knit and we knit and we knit and we share stories.